Hello my friends, welcome back to All the Mods 8 episode 2. So last episode it was a longer one, but we spent a long time trying to find the perfect location. And I'm going to catch you up in game with what we got covered. So yeah, first steps whenever you start a new playthrough in Minecraft are always a bit tricky, so we went through and got the basics covered first. We crafted a sleeping bag, made a crafting table on a stick, and of course crafted this pretty snazzy backpack that's given me loads more inventory space. Now once I'd done that, it was about gathering enough food to keep me alive and then going in search of a start location, and we've arrived at this wonderful, beautiful zen of, oh my god, like Shangri-La, Mecca, the Promised Land, Heaven. This place looks pretty amazing. There's loads of flat land, perfect for Minecolonies. But there's also this cool mountain over here, some forests. It's a pretty interesting area, so I'm pretty happy with it. Now, along the way, we gathered and looted every single structure we could find, and what that did was give us a nice big bounty of cool stuff to start with. Amazing. But also along the way, we also found another free supply camp. So what I'm going to do, and I think this is quite a cool idea, is add another supply camp next to this Shire one, so it looks more like a convoy. You know, like Rings of Power? What do they call it? You know, when the Harfords have like a weird kind of convoy thing? I don't know, whatever it is. But yeah, we're going to put another one down here and it's going to look like a weird convoy. I hope. So here we go, Shire style. And yeah, let's swivel this around and see what it looks like. And yeah, you know what? Here's perfect. So I'm going to press the tick button. And of course, we need to fill in some land and stuff. So here we go. We're going to put the second Shire supply camp down here. But we're going to have to whip out the iron shovel and do some digging because, yeah, need some air above this. Now, apologies because this looks so glitchy with the shaders, doesn't it? So with the first episode, we farted around a lot, did some exploration, made the basic essentials before we found a place to set up our base, but it was kind of a bit bloated. However, this episode, what we're going to try and focus on is the most important things you should do right as you start, the best way to get a good start in the game. And so there we go. Oh man, well it looks a little bit ugly because some of these are like stone blocks instead of dirt, but you know what, this is fine for now. So this is the Shire supply camp. It looks really cool and I'm pretty excited to see what the rest of the Shire build style looks like. But before we get going, let's go through some of these bins. Now, I loaded up these barrels first with some of the materials I had in my backpack just because, you know, it was great to make some space. Demon's Dream Seeds? What the hell? Sounds pretty cool. Anyway, let's also empty our backpack and then take stock of what we've actually got. In you go, my friend. And what I think I'll do is I'll relocate the barrels from this camp over to the other one. There we go, barrels of fun. Now, one man's treasure is another man's trash, but honestly, there are some items that are actually just straight up trash. Like this old wooden axe, we're going to get rid of that in a jiffy. But is there a trash can in this mod? There must be. Here we go. Oh, multiple. So how do we make a trash can? Ooh, cobblestone, normal stone, and a chest. Now, trash cans are kind of worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some of the basic machines we have before we get going. We've got smokers, we've got smithing tables, we've got stone cutters. We've got a whole bunch of things that are going to come in handy. And we'll put them over here, I reckon. So the stone cutter. We'll keep the smokers and the smelters together. And this is just going to be quick and dirty for now because we're going to come back later and sort these all out. Smithing table, an anvil. And now it's time to loot the Shire camp to see what it's got to give us. Right, so some good stuff already. These barrels are empty, but these ones, here we go. Stone tools, pretty vital. Ooh, achievement, very cool. The build tool and the town hall, essential for Minecolonies. Also some paper. That's going to come in very handy. Water bottles. Okay, I'll take them. A load of food and seeds. Some saplings to get going with, and white wool. Oh my god, really, really powerful. But as far as supply camps go, that's not that lucrative. There's a lot of stuff missing. Now I reckon if you dig up this cart, there's probably some secret bricks here and there. What about on the roof? Anything on the roof? Oh, look, well, oh, look at this. So the roof is a farm. Amazing. And there's some farmland down here. Pretty cool. So let's begin crafting. We're going to need some more furnaces, for sure. And we'll pop down 2 for now. Now, we're also going to need to cook some stone for this trash can. Now, check this out. The Shire camp also comes with a composter and a compost barrel. Ain't that pretty snazzy? Oh yeah. Oof, now I'm pretty lucky actually. It'd be a shame if like landing on this burnt your bum or like sawed you in half, because yeah. And okay, so several cooked stone later, let's make a trash can. There we go. Don't forget to recycle. I'm going to put this in between the smokers and the smelters. Don't get those confused. So now we have a trash can. We can go through the laborious task of throwing away the trash. And yeah, we don't want to throw away too much stuff, but there's definitely some stuff that we don't need. So the big old moment of truth right now. Where are we going to build this colony? Well, I think what I want to do is I'm going to build it around the river over there. So this is going to be a two-pronged episode. The first thing we're going to do is put down the basic 4 buildings for Minecolonies and get those going. But we're also going to be trying to look into silent gear to get ourselves a set of tools and armor to go forwards with. So if we come over here, what I think I'm going to do is put the colony at the moment along the river. I can build some bridges over to have both sides of the river being used. We can use the river for the fisherman's hut, and when we expand out this direction, we can get rid of the village with our more powerful tools. Now the most important building is the town hall. Second is going to be a builder's hut, and then third we're going to try and make a tavern. So we have here the town hall, the builder's hut. Did we not get the tavern? Maybe we didn't find a tavern building. Never mind, we'll craft a tavern. Now I'm not quite sure actually what the main building materials are for the Shire style of building. But I guess we'll find out pretty soon. So these are the first 3 buildings, and the 4th building I think is going to be a warehouse, somewhere to store our stuff. And that's a chest in the middle instead. So pretty simple, let's do it. And bish bash bosh, we've got the basic first 4 buildings: warehouse, tavern, builder's hut, and town hall. Let's go put these into action. Now I'm very keen to see what the Shire style looks like, so join me, if you will, on a journey into Middle-earth. Oh man, it's been so long since I binged The Lord of the Rings. Okay, so here we are, the build tool. Now the build tool has changed massively for this version, but here we go. We're in the Shire pack, and what does it have to offer us? Agriculture, it's got... oh, all the buildings. It's got everything. Oh wait. Decorations, education, fundamentals. Yeah, so it looks like the Shire style has all of the styles that we need. Very cool. So let's get going with these first buildings. Now we need the town hall first. There it is. I have to scroll down. And, oh. Well that's actually kind of ugly, isn't it, dudes? Well, maybe it gets better as it levels up. 2, 3, 3. Oh man. Oh, come on, guys. That's not as cool as I was expecting. Right, so what we're going to do with the Shire style, I reckon, is put a building there, the town hall, next to it something else, over on this side 2 other buildings, and along the middle a road going all the way parallel to the river. So let's put the first one down here, just move it away from the river a little bit. I don't want it to kind of like look too ugly. Oh, what is a waystone doing here? That's crazy. Anyway, this looks good. Let's do it. Boom. Start your colony. Let's get this going. Right, so the town hall block is down, but we don't have a colony yet. Time to right click and let's make a colony. Word is out about your new colony. Oh, and soon we're going to get the first 4 dudes. Now, if you want to be a member of the colony, you have to join my Patreon, and there's a link to it in the description. But yeah, I've added all of the names that my current Patreons gave me over on my page. So it's really going to be a mystery about what we get given for these first 4... oh, no, wait. So I almost forgot. Patreon names have changed a little bit in this version of Minecolonies, and now you have to add them via a resource pack. So here we are, Patreon names pack. Good to go, and let's jump back in the game. Whew, there we go. Now, let's hope it worked, because there's always teething problems with, setting things up at the start. Oh, here it is, the first... wait. That's not a... no, that's not a name from the names? What? Wait, Danny H. Hamberd. Now, I do like that it's December and they do have Christmas hats. These aren't the Patreon names I put into the list. Eliel El Bare? What the hell? Ugh, I gotta fix this. Okay, so I believe I've fixed that names problem. Let's try this again. No nearby colony found. Create a new colony. Here we go. Word is out. Soon we're gonna get 4 new colonists. I wonder what happened to the other dudes. Oh right, yeah, they died. So let's play the waiting game and see who comes up. So who are we gonna get? Who's gonna be the first Patreon member in the colony? It's a brave moment. It's a big moment. A huge moment. Oh, for Okay, so let's take another look at these colonists' names. So the first one is Jensen Drury. Welcome to the crew. You got okay stats. Actually, quite good stats. Some 6s in here is pretty good to get going with. Dr. Jeeves, not quite as good, but you know what? Still pretty okay. Welcome to the crew. We've got Tuppy. Hello, my friend. Nice beard. Very nice beard. But not so nice stats.
Good day to you.
And Jadela Strongborn, who also has the weakest of the stats, but you know what? I think you're a grower, not a shower. So we have 4 dudes, no jobs assigned, and no town hall built. But what the town hall being put down gives us access to is the ability to place the other buildings. So let's get started with that. Oh, but before I do that, let's not starve this series, eh? So right next to the town hall, the building is going to be, well, I was thinking it was going to be the tavern, but what I've realized is we need to make sure, wait, there's 2. There's alternative 1 and alternative 2. I'm actually very keen to see what this build style is like. Because look at this. It looks like one of the styles is set into a hill. Well, we have a hill right here, so let's try that. But what does it look like as it levels up? Blah, blah, blah. 2, 3. Not amazing. So it is definitely designed to be set into a hill. No, because these blocks here are placeholders, and what it does is it puts the default block of your biome there. So we're in kind of like plains. I think that means it will put grass. And the alternative 1 has none of that rubbish, none of that underground tomfoolery. So decisions, but we do need the space. What we're going to do is we're going to build the alternative 1 here, set into the hill. And actually, do you know what? This is going to work out quite well, because with the land on top of the tavern, we can actually build something else. The tavern is going to become a platform for our future builds. And actually, that's a really cool idea. A lot of digging from our future builder, but let's pull the trigger. So the town hall and the tavern have been placed. Now let's do the builder's hut. What does the builder's hut look like? So it looks like most of these buildings come with their own dirt, so you don't have to set them into an existing hill. The builder will build its own hill. That's pretty cool. Okay, where are we going to put this? So we'll come over here and flip around. Boom. And park it right next to the tavern, just like the old builder's hut. Perfecto. Yeah, you know what? This is going to look really swish. And it's going to give us a massive platform to build the next building on. I can already see this becoming a really cool looking colony. And at level 5, the builder's hut looks pretty cool, but you can't really see it right now because it's so set into the mountainside. Boom, level 1, let's pull the trigger. Now let's take a look at the warehouse. So that's going to be under fundamentals as well, I suppose. No? Here we are, storage, warehouse, boom. Now again, this is pretty cool. It gives us a little bit of a hill. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks very cool. But do I want a hill this close to the river? What was cool about the town hall is that there's no dirt on top of it, but I might want to put this again just up here, or maybe even above. Man, I don't know, because without knowing what kind of basement this warehouse is going to have, it's a bit safer to kind of build this just next to the town hall like this. Yeah, there we go. I'm happy to pull the trigger on this. Raise it up a bit. What does that look like? Like that. Ooh. And that's the first 4 buildings in position. Oh no. Hang on a sec, I've just realised the building block itself is going to be embedded underneath the ground. Well, time to go digging for a builder's block. And shiver me timbers, there she blows. So, builder's hut. Yeah, we've been through all the tutorials before, but the most important part now is picking which one of you rude dudes is going to become our first builder. So it looks like Tuppy has automatically become the builder because it's set to automatic by default. But again, we're going to set it to manual. We're going to fire Tuppy. Sorry, Tuppy, but you're not really cut out for this. But I tell you who is. That's right, it's Dr. Jeeves. Not so much a doctor, more of a builder, it turns out. But if there is a spot in the hospital, maybe we'll move Dr. Jeeves over there. So congratulations, Dr. Jeeves, on your new job. Now check this out. There's been a bit of a revamp. Forget the Christmas hat, because I guess that's because it's Christmas. But yeah, all of the colonists have had a bit of a facelift. And check out the model now, it looks way better. And I like this a lot because the old Minecolonies model was kind of like a construction worker from the future. Like he was wearing overalls, a hard hat. It didn't really make sense, but this is a much more medieval looking dude. Perfect with his little tool belt there on the side. Amazing. So we're going to want our builder working in the background getting stuff done. So the first thing we're going to do is grab out my stone tools and start making some wooden tools for him because I think wood is the only stuff he can use until he has a builder's hut. And he's going to need a lot of these tools because, well, yeah, they break very quickly. How's it going, Tuppy? Hope you're having a fantastic Christmas. In fact, that reminds me, guys, it's probably like the 2nd of December for you guys at home, and I'm wondering how excited you are for Christmas. A lot of people kind of get excited about Christmas in like November. I think that's a little bit early, but you know what, December, everything is definitely in full swing. Man, opening up advent calendars, the excitement, carol singing, which I've never actually done. Bit of karaoke though here and there. Oh man, what a wonderful time. And I want to wish all of you guys at home a very merry and happy December. It's not been an amazing year. So whatever you're doing, I hope you guys are remembering what's important in life, and that's family and friends. So there we go. Now we need to leave a little bit of space in the builder's hut because, yeah, space is really an issue for builders and colonists at this early stage of the game. There's no warehouse for them to drop off things or for us to store things for the builders to use. So we really do need to micromanage our builders quite heavily in the early days. But of course, colonists won't work when it's raining, so we're going to have to sleep through this trash. For some reason, it never really rained on our old colony. Weird, huh? Ah, that's where I put those blast furnaces. Amazing. Yeah, let's get these down as well. Whew, okay, so now the rain has stopped. Let's go and quickly set up our builder. So let's get going. Let's first assign Dr. Jeeves to build the builder's hut. The materials aren't too tricky. A rack, oak stairs, oak fence. Actually, this is all kind of stuff we have. We could give him this straight away. What's going to be difficult is he's going to have to dig up a lot of dirt and put some down. So we'll just kind of like start him on this and see how far he gets along. He's got plenty of tools. He's got lots of gusto, old Dr. Jeeves. So we'll come back later and see how he's doing. Because before he can do any building, he's going to have to do a lot of digging first. So it's time now to start looking into Silent Gear. Now this is a mod that I've tried before in all the mod 6. I'm not sure what's changed between now and then because this is 1.19, that was 1.6, and it looks like it's pretty much standard. So if you don't know how Silent Gear works, come with me and I will walk you through the basics. Now it's a lot like Tinker's Construct, it's just you don't really need one of those big massive smelteries. So, Silent Gear, how does it work and where do we start? Well, luckily enough, I've got a few bits and bobs from all of those places we looted along the way. So I'll grab some string and some wool. Anything with S-Gear material is used in Silent Gear, and it's worth holding on to. But the big one is the lapis and the paper is going to be great for some of these blueprints. Also, we could even use some of these diamonds. And definitely some compressed iron ingots. So we're going to start by trying to make a pickaxe. Here we go. We're going to need a pickaxe blueprint, which needs a couple of sticks and 3 bits of blueprint paper. So we need loads and loads of blueprint paper, which is blue dye and paper. Oh, now you don't even need lapis. It almost seems like a waste to use lapis as blue dye. Maybe we can just find some blue flowers. Here we go. There we go, cornflower, that's what I'm talking about. Combined with the blue dye, and suddenly we have 12 blueprints. Now you don't have to use blueprints, you can instead use these wooden templates. But wooden templates, I think they break after one use, and they're more for if you don't actually have any paper. So we've kind of managed to skip a tier by going from wood to blueprints. So first up, let's make the pickaxe blueprint. Need a couple of sticks. And the blueprints, there we go, the pickaxe blueprints. Now, what is this used for? Well, it's used in gear crafting with a tool rod and 3 bits of material. So we're going to need to make a tool rod with a tool rod template. And then tool rod template is as simple as goblin pie. There we go. So 2 more sticks, 2 more blueprints, and we're almost there. Oh my god, this has been so quick. And now it's time to consider what we're going to make our pickaxe out of. We're doing this the old-fashioned way. What is that quest? Oh, that reminds me, FTB Quests is in this. Now, I must be careful. I don't want to get too distracted, as you guys know I am prone to do. It's like, okay, yes, this episode we're going to be doing, oh wait, what's this? It's shiny. But yeah, silent gear is definitely the main thing. But there might be something about silent gear in wait. Yeah, there we go. Okay, quest book. So what's in this bad boy? Aha, ding! All the Mods 8. Honestly, what a great place to start. Welcome to All the Mods 8. Oh my god, we get a whole bunch of starter quests, and these are going to be really good for kickstarting the mod pack. Oh, now do be careful because the quest book just crashed my game. Okay, so we'll put the quest book back in there for later. So the way silent gear works is you kind of build a tool out of different materials. And a pickaxe is made with the pickaxe head and the tool rod. Now, when you're building a tool, most of the time you're going to want to keep the same materials, or at least that's the way it used to work. So for example, we could use our compressed iron to make some compressed iron tool rods, and then use those tool rods with some compressed iron to make the whole pickaxe a compressed iron pickaxe. Now, materials have something called synergy, which means you kind of mostly want to use the same materials for everything on a tool, but you can do things with other materials to make the tool a bit more spicy. And what do I mean by that? Well, take a look at this. Basically, we have a pickaxe, but we can add onto the pickaxe other bits and bobs, like, for example, where is it? A tip, to increase a tool's mining level or damage or whatever. You can also add coatings, grips, and things like that to just really beef up a tool and get the most out of it. And not all materials can be used to make things, like, for example, I can make a diamond tool rod, but, maybe that's the one, actually. Maybe I should make a diamond tool rod. Now, a pickaxe is great, but what you're also going to want to use while you're mining is a hammer, and like in other mod packs, this is just great for smashing down big tunnels. Does need a lot of blueprints, though. Do we have enough? Yeah, just about enough. So there we go, we're going to make a hammer blueprint as well. But of course, compared to a pickaxe, a hammer uses a lot more materials to make the actual hammer. I think that's 6 ingots. So let's do a little bit of experimenting. We've got these really high-level materials that we luckily enough looted around the world. What if we mix emeralds and diamonds? Now, each different material has properties, and if you look at this, when we make this into a tool rod, it becomes brittle 4, and brittle's real bad. It means this bad boy's going to break. What about diamond then? What does that have for a tool rod? Brittle 5, even worse. This thing is going to crumple in a second. What about compressed iron ingots? What do we get for that? Oh, here we go. Malleable, which is, I think, a good one. And magnetic. So that's going to suck ores into us. So you know what? I think compressed iron ingots are going to make some great tool rods. Okay, well, that's a tool rod sorted. Now we're going to have to make a hammer itself. We're going to put one of the tool rods down the bottom, and we're going to put 6 diamonds here. Now, how's this? Yeah, tier 3, lustrous, and magnetic. It's got a durability of 3,900 and a harvest level of 3 obsidian. That sounds pretty good. What about emeralds? Are they better or worse? Yeah, a lot less durability on the emerald hammer. Also, the harvest level is 1 lower, diamond, so I'm not quite sure if this is that good. So I think probably the best material to make the hammer out of might be diamonds. Yeah, because we're going to get loads more diamonds when we go mining, so what the hell, let's just do it. Bish bash bosh, oh there we go, the beast. And we're also going to make a pickaxe. So much in the same way, we put the tool rod here and we need 3 other things. And I reckon probably this crimson iron will make a good one. Yeah, take a look at this. So the harvest level is 3, it's obsidian. The durability though is much lower. Although the hammer is for digging out tunnels, so it needs to be much more durable. The pickaxe is really just for fine-tune picking of diamonds and bits and bobs like that. Boom. And there we go, that's the basics of Silent Gear. Blueprints, materials, synergies, and traits. But like I said, we can also add other things to our Silent Gear tools, like, I don't know, like a tip. But again, that would mean we'd have to make a tip blueprint, and those are quite expensive. But if you don't have if you don't have access to some of the higher level things that we have, like diamonds and crimson iron in episode 2, what you can just do is use iron or cobblestone very early on and come back to the blueprints table and upgrade your tool with the next material that you find. So you use stone to get iron, you use iron to get diamond, you use diamond to get obsidian, and then you use obsidian to go from there. And in fact, if you don't want to make a pickaxe, what you should consider doing is building a paxel instead, which is basically like, an axe, a pickaxe, and a shovel all in one. In fact, AIOT, I think, actually stands for all in one tool. So yeah, it's a bit more expensive, but it covers all the bases. But what we're going to do now is make a weapon as well. Yeah, because some of these weapons look really cool. I want to make a frickin' spear. Look at this. 2 sticks and a blueprint. Yeah, let's do it. Now, in my previous playthrough, I think I made like a machete, which was great, but you know what? I want to try something new, so we're going to get a spear. You use the spear blueprint, a material, and a tool rod. So the spear blueprint, one of these tool rods, and what material are we going to make our spear out of? Well, why not crimson iron? Ooh, only 7 damage, not incredible. Although, what's really funny is that if we make this, the diamond hammer that we have will do more damage. What if we put an emerald there, an emerald spear? 6 damage, ugh. What about compressed iron? Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is slightly better. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a compressed iron spear. And there we go, a weapon, a digger, and a tunneler. Once you get deeper into Silent Gear, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. For example, we've only really covered tools and weapons, but you can also make shields, armor, you can make repair kits that make it much cheaper and easier to repair your weapons and armor. There's a blueprints book, which is a great place to store your blueprints. There's also a guide that goes through all of the materials in the game and what effect they have on your weapons. And it's not too hard to make either. And at the higher level, you have some crazy stuff like a gear smithing table, the materials grader that upgrades your materials, a salvager that's great for breaking down your old tools into their component parts. So before we finish the episode, let's go and check on our builder. How is Dr. Jeeves, I believe it was, doing? Because it doesn't look like he started anything at all. What are you up to, Doc? He's got problems. Doc's got problems. He needs shears. What? So I think in the builder's hut, we can tell him to not use shears. There we go. So a builder will try and use shears to break grass because that way they preserve the grass and can use it later. But you don't really need grass until later on in the game, so if we turn that off, he's going to have a lot less problems. Man, I wish we'd come down here and fix that before. And maybe just pause and restart him. Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very exciting indeed. So thank you for watching episode 2 of All the Mods 8. This episode, we put down the first 4 buildings for our colony and got things spun up. And we got some Patreon members into the colony. Now, if you do want to become a member of the colony as it's going to be, head on over to my Patreon and pop your name in the post and it will get added. You might have to look for it. It's called the colonists name submission post or something like that. We also took a very quick and dirty look at Silent Gear tools. The mod is a lot deeper than we glazed over, but what I really want to do is get mining. So next episode, we're going underground to gather even more goodies to get started with. Oh man, there's so many things to get going with. The world is our oyster. As always, if you have any tips, advice, or if you want to see any mods in specific, make sure you drop that in the comment section below. But until next time, a massive thank you for watching, and take care.